Hi, I'm Lara Ferst, and this is my work entitled Taxonomy of Clavulina in the Atlantic Forest of Santa Catarina, Brazil, carried out at the Mycology Lab from the Federal University of Santa Catarina, UFSC, with collaboration of Ariadne Furtado and advice by Neves. Fungi are essential organisms in the maintenance of ecosystems. Despite their major ecological role in the world, only 3 to 8% of the fungi have been described. Clavulina was proposed in 1888, and it's often characterized by coralloid Basiliomata that bear cylindric to subclavate basidia, each producing 2 smooth, hyaline-gutulated basidiospores. However, based on molecular evidence, new species have been described for the tropics within fungibiliform, resupinate or refusal coralloid Basiliomata, and with basidia producing up to 6 basidiospores. Clavulinaceae was proposed by Donk in 1961 to accommodate Clavulina, and is placed in the monophyletic order Cantharelalles. Clavulina is known to form ectomycorrhizae with several host plant families, including Nictaginaceae, Myrtaceae, and Polygonaceae. Even though these plant families are known to be distributed in the Atlantic forest, studies on ectomycorrhizae are still scarce in Brazil, and very little is known about the plants associated with Clavulina. Also, some studies have found out that some species may be saprotrophic. Although Clavulina was first described to temperate ecosystems, recent studies show that species of Clavulina are diverse in the new tropical region, especially in South America, where many new species have been recently described. There are 90 species distributed worldwide, and 21 have been registered for Brazil. There are few studies on the diversity and distribution of Clavulina in the Atlantic forest, and there are no records of the genus for the Atlantic forest in Santa Catarina state, in southern Brazil. The absence of records, however, reflects the lack of studies in the area, and not the real diversity. Thus, our goal is to expand the knowledge of Clavulina diversity from the Atlantic forest of Santa Catarina state. Field trips were made in 2018 and 2019. The specimens were described macro and microscopically, following traditional methods in mycology. Additional specimens from the Fungarium floor from UFSC were also studied. This is the first work to compile the coralloid species of Clavulina from a taxonomic perspective in Santa Catarina state. 17 collections were analyzed and identified within 9 taxa. 4 are new records for Santa Catarina state: Clavulina óssea, Clavulina cirrata, Clavulina panurensis, and Clavulina rugosa. 5 taxa are possible new species for science. Although Clavulina species might look alike among them when observed under the microscope, some very atypical microscopic features were observed in some of the collections studied. Clavulina 4 is the first species with encrusted hypha at the basal mycelium. Also, the Hymeniocystidia have septa, which is rarely seen in Clavulina Basiliomata. Clavulina 5 is the first Clavulina with both Hymeniocystidia and Gliopleurohypha dispersed throughout the context of the basilioma. With this work, the number of species of coralloid Clavulina in the Atlantic forest in Santa Catarina went from 0 to 9. The genus is fairly common in the area, and we expect to find a large diversity. Future studies will include more sampling sites and combine taxonomic and molecular approaches. This will help to better understand the diversity and distribution of Clavulina in the Atlantic forest and allow us to phylogenetically place the taxa from Brazil among taxa from other parts of the world.